Hello world. I hope you all are having a wonderful day today. In this video, I'm gonna speak about how secondary education in Germany looks like. I've already created two videos. One video dedicating about the childcare in Germany and the other video about the primary education in Germany. So both of the links will be shared in the description below. So in this video, I would like to go ahead and share with you all the next step of your children, or like the next education level for your children in Germany, which is secondary education. So I will cover the topics such as the general structure of the secondary school system in Germany, different types of secondary education system in Germany, so about state secondary schools like private schools and the international schools like the private international schools. So how to find a spot for your children in the schools in Germany, and how to recognize the best schools possible for your children in Germany. So stay tuned and make sure that you watch until the end of the video, because this will be a really informational video, especially if you are someone who is an international professional with kids and who is working in the field of MINT or STEM background and are planning to come to Germany or like move to Germany and settle here for long term. So like without further ado, I would like to get it started. As you can see in this diagram, so children in Germany attend secondary school, which is Weiterführende Schule, from the age of 10, which is grade 5. Apart from the states like Berlin and Brandenburg, where it begins at the age of 12. So full-time secondary education is compulsory until the age of 15, which is called Sekundarstufe 1. After this, students continue at school either full-time or part-time until they are 18. You can find a mixture of state subsidized private and fully private schools in Germany. So state schools include number of different types, like private options include international schools and methods. So which school your child will attend depends on your own preference, of course, as well as the recommendations from the child's primary school. So at the end of the secondary education, students in Germany either take exams to get into the university or work towards vocational diplomas. So now let's understand more about the state secondary schools in Germany. So over 90% of the schools in Germany are state schools, and here the education is completely free. The standard of the secondary schooling in Germany is quite high. Actually, Germany stands ranks 12th globally in science and 16th in regard to mathematics, according to this 2018 OECD/PISA educational study of 15-year-olds. So as you can see, even though the state education that you get for your children, that you can provide for your children, is of very high quality, and even though when it's free, you should not feel like, wow, okay, when it's free the education quality will be low. No, that's not at all the case here in Germany. So even with free education, your children will get the best education possible. So there are also a number of state subsidized schools such as religious schools and method schools, and that receive a funding per student and charge parent relatively low fees. So like it's important to note that, again, as you can see in this diagram, there are different types of state secondary schools, so which can be seen in this diagram, like as you see here, and these types are created based on the performance of the students in their primary school. So as you can see, there are 4 different categories or types, which is Hauptschule, Realschule, Gesamtschule and Gymnasium. So these are the 4 types. Like coming to the Hauptschule, it's called general secondary school for less academic students, and this lasts until the age of 15. So students can do then like an extra full year for the Realschule diploma or switch part-time vocational based education. So that's what's about the Hauptschule. So for Realschule intermediate school, this is an intermediate school for middle performing students who will study until 15, and then usually they transfer to gymnasium or continue for the vocational diploma. So again, this can be seen very much in detail with this diagram. So this diagram, which I got it from Make It in Germany, is something which really gives you a very good overview about how is the education system looks like in Germany. So that's how this Realschule looks like. Then comes this Gesamtschule, and this is an integrated comprehensive school combining Realschule and Hauptschule. And it seems like these types of schools are becoming more common in today's Germany's education system. And in some states, so they might be also called with different names such as Mittelschule, Regelschule, or Regionalschule. So that's what about the Gesamtschule. And then the last one, which is Gymnasium, is the German school for high performing students who typically study full time until 18 and take Abitur exam to get into the German universities. So yeah, what I also got to know according to the official statistics is that there are about 8,967 secondary schools in Germany which provide this Sekundar Stufe 1 as of 2020. So if you see in this diagram, the classes from 5th to 10th, or the age between 10 and 15, which is called as Sekundar Stufe 1, or like the secondary level 1, and the classes from 11th to 13th is called as Sekundar Stufe 2 or secondary level 2, and this can be also seen in this diagram, which really depicts the overall overview. In addition to this, there are about 8,534 vocational schools, which is called also Berufsschule, providing this secondary education number 2, right? So this Sekundar Stufe 2 education for the students aged between 15 and 18. So like these schools mostly aim for students from Realschule and Hauptschulen who will continue their full-time vocational learning and dual vocational training, part-time study combined with an apprenticeship. So that's what it's called, vocational training. So yeah, that's how the different types of secondary schools looks like in Germany. So let me provide you a bit more information about private international school, which will be interesting for my audience, I guess, if as you are someone who are an international person living abroad. I think this is something which might be interesting for you. I got to know that there are about 160 international schools in Germany that are typically offering schools from preschool through the upper secondary grades. These schools are mostly fully private and are popular with expat groups, or like expat community in Germany. As you can imagine, that international environment and high education standard is what usually the expat community look into. So that's why it looks like it's more common for the expat community. And many of these schools are usually run by American or British schools. So their primary, they teach primarily in English. There are also bilingual schools that also teach German. There are also numerous European schools, it seems, as well as schools from countries like Japan. So most schools belong to the reputable organizations, like international organizations such as Council of International Schools or Association of German International Schools. So that's why I think international schools are also have high standards, plus the education level is quite good. So the curriculum of international schools is broadly similar to that of state schools. That's something that I also, after my research, got to know. Students will, it seems like, typically learn full time until the age of 18 and take a qualification of such as International Baccalaureate or European Baccalaureate or the International GCSE. So yeah, I mean, the main important difference between the private education in Germany and the international private education and the state school in Germany is the costs, right? So like the international private schools generally are quite expensive, and basically they might cost somewhere between 14,000 and 20,000 euros per year. Some schools offer discounts or scholarships or for families unable to bear the full cost, but still, as you can see, compared to free education at the state schools, like the international private schools, charging between 14,000 euros and 20,000 euros a year is quite on the expensive side. But yeah, that's the reality, and that's how it is. So like, according to my experience, the immigrant parents who are earning really well, I don't know, maybe 120,000 euros plus, or I don't know, 130,000 euros plus, are the ones I think who can afford. If your salary range is between 50,000 to 60,000, 70,000, 80,000, then it might be an overkill, I guess. But yeah, at least you have an option and you can choose it if you want. So yeah, that's how the overview of the secondary education system looks like in Germany. Yeah, if your children are of school age when you are entering Germany, you will no doubt be wondering, okay, how they can be found a place in school. I think this is the important question that you might be asking. This is actually decided by the school management in consultation with the local education authority where you will be residing. As a general rule, children who have recently entered country are not able to attend regular schools lessons. We offered a special trial lessons due to their lack of German skills. The goal here is to make sure that these children get integrated with the other students as soon as possible and can attend the regular classes as soon as possible. So yeah, I think that's how you can, or like that's how your children will get into the education system of Germany. And the other important question that you might be asking at this point in time could be that, okay, how to recognize a really good school, right? So as a rule, you are free to decide which school your child should attend. It is therefore a good idea to look for few options. So one sign of a good school is that it not only provides just the high quality instruction, but it also offers extracurriculum activities such as theater, sports, language and music clubs, and also like taking your children to school trips. A good school is also encourages parents and involvement. In addition to finding out whether the school has a place for your child, you should also ask about these extracurriculum activities that, if at all, the school offers. Yeah, if your children are not yet fluent in German, then it's very important for you to make sure that the school that you will be registering your child to actually offers German as a foreign language or German as a secondary language, because yeah, that's important for your child to make sure that he or she start learning German as quickly as possible, and then get into the classes and start taking the normal lessons as the other student. Yeah, so I hope I could able to provide you with at least an overview of how the German secondary education system would look like. So the way how I usually think is that if, let's say, I am you and I'm someone who's having a family, and then now I got a job in Germany, plus my child is at the age of 10 or something, then I would choose the public school where the education is free, and make sure that my child will learn German, like spend an year or 1.5 years to learn German, and then integrate into the social or like the schooling system of Germany. So this way, this is what I would choose if I were you. Yeah, so that's a bit of an overview, and that's my personal feedback on what I would have done if I were you. I hope this provided you with the information about the secondary schooling for your children in Germany. If you like this video, please feel free to leave a thumbs up, and if you have not yet subscribed to my channel, guys, so it's a really good time to say it. If you find this information useful, please do subscribe to my channel, because yeah, on a regular basis I generate content about everything about living abroad, working in Germany, living in Germany, and yeah, this is my passion, and I do it for providing the first-hand information. If you have not yet subscribed, please do hit that subscribe button so that this helps me to create more and more content and provide more value to you. Until next time, I wish you a great one. Ciao ciao.